You know what a diamond looks like. Clear. Perfect. Blindingly bright. Except that's not what a diamond looks like when it comes out of the ground. A rough diamond can look like a tiny piece of cloudy glass. No perfect facets. No jewelry store sparkle. No helpful label saying this rock is worth a fortune. So imagine finding one thousands of years ago. No microscope. No geology. No diamond tester. How would you possibly know this stone was different? The strange thing is, we don't actually know who found the first diamond, and we probably never will. But we do know where humanity's diamond story becomes visible: India. Long before deep mines and giant machines, diamonds there could be recovered from river gravels and other shallow deposits, which means the first diamonds weren't necessarily dug out of solid rock. Nature had already carried some of them toward the people who would find them. Diamonds form far beneath Earth's surface. Geological processes bring them upward, and over enormous periods of time, erosion can break down the rock around them. Water does the rest. Streams move lighter sediment downstream, while resistant minerals can become concentrated in gravels. So an ancient person searching a riverbed wasn't looking 150 kilometers into the earth. They were looking at something geology had already delivered to the surface. But this only solves half the mystery, because finding a strange crystal isn't the same as realizing you found something extraordinary. So what made diamonds stand out? First, its shape. Many natural gem-quality diamonds form as octahedra, almost like two small pyramids joined together. Second, their surface can have an unusually strong luster. But the property that truly separates diamond from ordinary stones is hardness. Diamond is the hardest natural mineral known by standard scratch resistance measures. Try to scratch it with another common mineral and the other material usually loses. Use diamond against something softer, and suddenly the diamond becomes the tool. We cannot say that the first person who found one performed some deliberate ancient diamond test. There is no evidence for that moment. But eventually humans discovered that this little crystal could do things other stones couldn't. And that is where the story takes a strange turn. Because the earliest people who valued diamonds weren't looking at anything resembling a modern engagement ring. Ancient Indian traditions prized beautiful natural crystals. The Arthashastra, a Sanskrit work associated with the first millennium BCE, discusses diamonds and their qualities, and later historical jewelry preserves diamonds in their natural octahedral form. For early owners, an unusually pure, symmetrical crystal could be desirable without cutting it into dozens of facets. And there was a good reason not to. Diamond is incredibly difficult to work. The technology needed to create the familiar sparkling diamond was still many centuries away. And this may be the most important clue to how humans learned what diamond really was. By at least around the 3rd century BCE, there is evidence from India for diamond fragments being used to drill or engrave other hard gemstones. Think about what that means. People weren't merely saying, "That's a pretty rock." They had discovered one of its defining physical properties and turned it into technology. A tiny piece of diamond could work materials that frustrated softer tools. So before diamond became the ultimate symbol of romance, it was already useful because it was almost absurdly difficult to scratch. From India, diamonds and diamond knowledge began moving outward through trade. India was connected to long-distance networks carrying gemstones, spices, textiles, ivory, and other luxury goods toward the Mediterranean world. By Roman times, writers were describing an extraordinarily hard and valuable material called adamas. Pliny the Elder even described tiny hard splinters valued by gem engravers. But there is a catch. Ancient people did not classify minerals exactly the way we do. The word adamas could sometimes refer to other exceptionally hard substances too. So when an ancient text says adamas, historians have to be careful. The archaeological evidence is often more useful than the name. And here is the part that completely changes the story. Humans had known diamonds for centuries before they learned to make them look like the diamonds in your head. Early jewelry often kept their natural shape. Only much later did cutters learn to polish the crystal more deliberately with diamond powder. By medieval Europe, cutters were refining the natural faces. Then came simple point cuts, then table cuts. And eventually, increasingly sophisticated faceting produced the intense reflections and flashes of light we now associate with diamond jewelry. In other words, humans discovered diamond long before humans invented the modern diamond. So how did humans first discover diamonds? We don't know the exact person, year, or moment. The evidence doesn't let us tell that story. But the most defensible version begins in ancient India, where natural diamonds were accessible in river gravels and shallow deposits. They had distinctive natural forms. They were unusually lustrous. And most importantly, humans eventually discovered that they were extraordinarily hard, hard enough to become tools themselves. The first diamond probably wasn't recognized because somebody saw an engagement ring hiding inside it. It was recognized because this tiny strange stone simply refused to behave like every other stone. And maybe that's the strangest part. The sparkle that made diamonds famous came later. What humans discovered first was the material. If you want more stories about how humans first discovered the materials that built civilization, subscribe.